Alright guys, it's finally here. The very first teaser for One Piece Season 2 on Netflix just dropped. The first season? Honestly, I thought it was fantastic. And now during One Piece Day, we finally got our first official look at Season 2. There's a lot to talk about. Some scenes are incredibly faithful to the anime. We got our first look at Nico Robin, several iconic islands brought to life, and yes, a few changes to character designs, and even ethnicity choices that have already sparked discussions online. Netflix messing up again? Or just a different creative choice? Let's break down this teaser scene by scene, every hidden detail, every adaptation change, and what's got me hyped for next year. Season 1 ended at Arlong Park Nami's village, Kokoyashi. Season 2 will adapt the Loguetown, Reverse Mountain, Whiskey Peak, Drum Island, and Little Garden arcs. Right away in the teaser, we see the Going Merry approaching what at first looks like just another island, but nope, it's actually a massive continent that divides the world of One Piece. And there's a reason we're seeing it here. To reach the Grand Line, the most dangerous sea in the world, the crew has to pass through one of the Red Line's channels, Reverse Mountain. The Red Line is meant to be this towering, intimidating wall of stone, so high you can't even see the top. And that's exactly how they did it, covering most of it in mist to make it look even more imposing. Reverse Mountain is where we'll see Laboon, the whale, Crocus, and yes, the introduction of Vivi. Whiskey Peak looks spot on from the outside, giant cacti and all, like it was lifted straight from the manga. Inside the city though, I'll be honest, it feels a bit too much like a set. The houses look like you could knock them over with a push. Kinda like a movie backlot. That said, we do see Zoro taking on a bunch of Baroque Works agents in a bar fight. I doubt we'll see the full manga version where he takes down everyone, but there's clearly plenty of action here. We also see Loguetown, the birthplace and execution site of Gul D. Roger. The teaser adds something new, a circus in the middle of town. Looks like Buggy's going to have a bigger role here. It's maybe even tying directly into Luffy's near-execution scene from the anime. And from the fight shots, it seems the Straw Hats will clash with Buggy's crew again. Little Garden is here, complete with prehistoric jungle vibes, dinosaurs, and finally, a live-action giant. Broggy's design looks surprisingly good, not cheesy. We even see hints of Zoro and Sanji's biggest prey competition. And Mr. 3's wax house, meaning the famous Mr. Prince scene, will happen. Mr. 3 is played by David Dastmalchian, perfect choice for a wonderfully weird villain. Smoker looks exactly like his anime counterpart, big boots, open coat, pure badass energy. I can't wait to see his smoke powers in live action. And yes, Nico Robin has arrived. White cowboy hat, classic look, and just as stylish as in the anime. In the source material, she only appears at the end of Whiskey Peak, but here she seems to be infiltrating a marine base. We even see her using her flower fruit to open a door. We know she has the Hana no Mi, the flower fruit, which lets her sprout extra limbs anywhere, even on her enemies. But imagine how bizarre that could look in live action. It might work. Or it might look full-on horror movie weird with arms sprouting from people's bodies. They could adapt it so the limbs are made of petals instead, which would be less creepy and more visually elegant. Either way, I'm curious to see how they pull it off. Vivi also appears in the teaser with a change in ethnicity that's got fans talking. In the anime, she's very light-skinned, but Alabasta is clearly based on North African Egyptian culture. The new actress Charithra Chandran has Indian heritage, not Egyptian, but Oda himself approves every casting choice. The creator says yes, I'm willing to see how she plays the role before judging. And by the way, her scene seems to be inside Laboon's mouth. Yes, the giant whale is in the live action, and in the final teaser shot, we see the Mary about to be swallowed whole. This live action must be expensive with the amount of CGI they're using. I'm especially curious how they'll show Laboon smashing her head against the Red Line. And if they'll include the iconic moment where Luffy draws on her face. The CGI in Season 2 looks stronger. Luffy's rubber Gatling gun is far better than Mr. Fantastic's stretch effects in the last Fantastic Four movie. Nami's wig looks more natural, Sanji's kicking scenes are sharp, and overall, the action feels bigger and more confident. One Piece Season 2 is shaping up to be packed with big moments, iconic islands, fan-favorite characters, and plenty of action. Which scene are you most excited to see? Laboon smashing the Red Line? Robin's first big moment? Smoker lighting up the battlefield? Drop your thoughts below, hit that like button, subscribe for more One Piece breakdowns, because we're just getting started.